Are you lovers ready to take another spin around the block? Then check us out on this episode of Atlanta's Housewives. Let's get into it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out,
Hey.
bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the
Like,
barrel's
watch
in
my
your mouth.
hands. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, hey! Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, hey! Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Come on, Jessie. Bring 'em
I haven't heard the
out.
song in so long.
It's so old, right? But it's so appropriate for Atlanta. Wait, turn us back up. Hey, hey. We're dabbing, and we're dabbing.
You gotta dance to everything.
I feel like I'm moving in slow motion because of all the turkey and Thanksgiving food that I've had. Yams, macaroni and cheese, greens, damn it. You name it.
Sally had
Welcome,
everything.
AFTERBUZZers, to another fantastic episode of Atlanta Housewives. This is another Spin Around the Block, Season 8, Episode 4. I am your host, English Cleveland, and I am joined by my lovely, lovely co-host.
Hey guys, I'm Jessie Zahner. You can find me on all social media at AthleteChip.
What's up, everybody? I'm back. You can find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff at It's Me, Jay Hart.
Jay Hart. Singing everything, right? Okay, you guys, let's get into this episode. So it starts off with Cynthia and Noel playing tennis, and they're throwing the ball back and forth, but we also find out that Noel is the new face of Cargo, which is Cynthia's new bag line. She also let us know that her eyeglasses wear line is doing fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys heard anything about Cynthia Bailey eyewear?
Actually, I was working on this show like 2 years ago, and she promoted her eyeglass wear on the show, and they were pretty dope. But I haven't seen like this new Cargo line though.
Okay.
Like I want to see that. It looks cheap from the bags that she was like passing out.
Where are the eyeglasses sold at? Like,
I think on her website.
Okay, so they're not in retail stores yet, but
seen them.
they're selling off the shelves according to the way she said it,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I haven't seen anybody wearing them.
Right.
Have you?
No.
Do you know of anybody that wears them?
I
Or have you seen
don't.
them?
I think they're kind of pricey from what I heard. But,
I heard they are too.
Yeah. But I think, I think they're like selling, extremely fast on her website, supposedly.
Oh,
But
good.
who knows?
Cool. Well, if you guys in the chat room know of anything, or any of you guys have any of Cynthia Bailey's beautiful eyewear, then please let us know how they are and how expensive they are. But I heard they are like $200 and up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously she's hopefully selling in like department stores or something
I would
like
hope.
that.
Unless his family members is purchasing the shade.
Well, that was shady.
No pun intended.
Noelle also let us know that she wants to go to college, possibly in LA. So the Cargo launch is going to be in LA. Leon's in LA. Cynthia's over Atlanta. It's just all signs pointing towards LA, which we don't need any more people. If you guys haven't checked our census yet, we don't need anyone else here in LA.
Especially from Atlanta. Like, y'all just stay down there in Atlanta.
I feel like people are like swapping so much. Like people either leave here and go to Atlanta, or a lot of Atlanta people are coming here. So who knows?
Y'all stay down there.
ATL shoddy. What is everyone talking about in the chat room? Okay, some drama. Okay, more drama. All right, so what else is going on? We see Sheree. She's in her 3-bedroom condo. I feel like this was the first time we got introduced to Sheree's living quarters. We've always wondered, where does she live, or what she's up to, but we see she's like basically living in an apartment. And that's very...
That wasn't a condo.
No.
Like, a condo was bigger. That was like a studio apartment. That's what it looked like.
She said it was 3 bedrooms.
It's a 3-bedroom.
So, yeah.
And she also said Chateau Sheree is almost... She needs to leave that line out.
I'm so over it right now.
Yeah, she's like, what did she say? It's almost definitely... No, it's almost definitely, or something. It's
almost
really
definitely ready to move in.
She's like, I have something to tell you guys. Like, breaking news. It's almost ready to move in. Which it's been almost ready to move in for years now.
For years.
And what we were talking about, what I was talking about last week with some of the people that view our show is that she's actually getting in trouble for her party.
Yeah, I heard.
I read that on one of the blogs.
So what happened?
She didn't get like a permit to be able to move in to the house or even have people on site. So she's getting busted for the party and for filming there. Yeah.
That's crazy.
She's actually on like probation for it.
Well, because I think it didn't pass. Like the house is so big that it has to like pass an inspection, and it was never passed an inspection to allow people to come in and like do anything.
Why the hell are you on probation for that though?
Who knows? I mean, obviously, we see this house has so much drama behind it.
Yeah. She's so quick to own it that she didn't take the proper steps that go through the paperwork process to get it approved so you can have a gathering at your place. So it's just all over the place right now.
Who would have ever thought that so many like agencies and like government agencies watch Atlanta Housewives?
Right.
We heard the FBI watches Atlanta Housewives from Apollo's stitch.
Well, they watch everything.
Yeah, and I mean that's true. They do watch everything. Hi FBI, if you're watching me. I hope I don't owe any money or anything. And then also we see this whole situation with Sheree. So it's like, what are they doing? Just watching Housewives is like part of their job. Like, I'm clocking in to watch Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, we're the only ones that get paid to watch Housewives of Atlanta.
Maybe their wives are watching it or their kids and reporting to them.
Right. There you go. There you go. Also, it got really intense at the condo. The kids started talking about Sheree and dating, and Bob's name came up.
Yeah.
And it seems like a pattern, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this as well, but like Noelle kind of coaching her mom, and then we have Sheree's kids kind of coaching Sheree. It just seems like the kids are now like, are they the new lives of Atlanta Housewives? A little spin-off with the kids.
Well, I'm glad they're kind of vocal now because they're older and they've seen a lot growing up. So the thing is, like, I feel like kids nowadays, they have a sense of understanding as, okay, this is what makes my mother happy.
Yeah.
I just want you to be happy. You know, I've seen you been like, you know, heartbroken and really going through the stress of being in a relationship. Now it's time for you to blossom and shine. So, but it's still kind of different though, because you have Noelle on this side. She wants her mom to be happy and to be out of this relationship. Whereas, you know, Sheree's kids, they kind of want them to be back together, like Bob and Sheree. So it's kind of interesting to see.
That's
how
what
it
I'm
works.
saying, or what I was thinking when I was watching this. I mean, I know it must be hard because you want your mom and dad back together, but after everything that he's done to Sheree, I mean, do you think that's really the right thing to do, is be coaching your mom to get back with your dad who's done all these horrible things? I was just watching and I was like, oh my God, please stop. Like, this is not right.
I think it's comfortable, and they probably don't want their mom to like go out there. Like, the dating scene is so hard.
Right, and actually exactly what you said, comfortable, because what her daughter says is like, we already know him.
We don't have to meet like someone else new, and what if he's a douchebag and come to find out he's on Tinder and has 4 kids, and then they end up on Catfish and like all this, like, you know, it's like crazy. Like, the game is totally different. I'm sure she hasn't dated in a long time. She said she dated someone like a couple years ago and it just didn't work out.
But that's the thing, we never see her dating anybody, so it's like, is she just waiting for him to come back to her?
It seems like it.
I know,
think so.
but that's so depressing because she's so beautiful and she's like such a strong woman. It's like, why are you waiting for him?
It's always those ones.
I know.
It's always like the Achilles heel will be like the most random, or like the thing that we're always like, oh my gosh, girl, you're in shape, your hair's bomb, this, everything, your nails cute. And then you're dating Bob, who's
like Beauty and the
Beast. Sweats.
I know.
That's what I want to know. Like, why was she attracted to him in the first place? I mean, I know it's not necessarily about looks, but you know, I wonder if he is really a great guy, like just off camera.
Yeah.
Because something is like leading her back to, you know, to Bob. So I'm just curious to know, like, what is it?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. And do you guys see it? Someone is saying Sheree and Bob co-parenting. Yes. Sheree and Bob together. No. Co-parenting. How old are the kids?
They're
She's
teenagers.
Like,
They're grown.
She's like 19.
Cairo's in college,
Yeah,
and
in
then
college.
Callie is she in college or in high
No,
school?
she's in
I don't
high
think
school.
so.
I think she's
Okay.
like 15.
Okay. So we got a chance to see Mama Joyce a lot this episode, so we'll talk about her a little bit later. Let's talk about Phaedra and Kenya reuniting after the whole session of last week of Portia inviting the girls out for a group activity. Phaedra and Kenya, which is super awkward, super contrived. I already know they don't want to hang out. It's definitely the producers pushing
most
this.
definitely.
100%. But they sit down, they chit chat about Portia's kind of what is it? Come to Jesus moment with the girls or whatever. I don't know, pure mediation or whatever she tried to do. But then they proceeded to talk about Sheree and Kenya's argument as well. So, what do you guys think? Too much shade.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's like all we could talk about is she said this, she said this, she said this.
And then they were throwing shade back and forth at each other.
It was so
it was just like,
It's like, why are you guys here? Like, just to throw shade?
Right. I guess my whole thing, I'm so tired of Kenya bringing up, Portia's anger management. Yeah. In my opinion, I think Kenya needs anger management or she needs some type of counseling, just for her sick mind. But anyway, I just think I thought it was interesting for, them, to come together, Phaedra and Kenya. As you said, it was definitely staged. I feel like it was set up, by the producers. But, I think it's getting old, this beef between, as I said before, this beef between Kenya and Portia. And I'm like, Kenya, just get over it. I don't know if she's jealous of her because she's young and she's beautiful, but they both are beautiful women. I'm like, why do you keep, pulling her, just keep pressuring her to I don't know, to be this woman that she's not going to be or whatever. I just think it's weird that she keeps pressing her for some reason,
And in reality, if you guys don't want to be friends, just don't be that person's friend. Don't worry about if they're going to anger management or all the things that they need to do.
Well, that's the thing. Why did she need Portia to come out and in front of everyone just be like, hey, I'm going to anger management? She invited you to this event. You guys got along. Just leave it at that. Why do we need to go into anything else? She's going to anger management.
Exactly.
Her friend told you that.
Exactly.
Just get over it.
Exactly.
But no, not Kenya.
But the good portion of that conversation, which I'm glad to see, excuse me, let me drink some water.
Yes.
I'm glad to see that Phaedra is kind of taking the more mature role and they transitioned out of that conversation and then they were able to discuss the real reason of why she wanted to talk to Kenya. And as much shade as she's demoted Kenya and thrown at her and just really I don't know, they've had a horrible relationship we've all seen. It was nice to finally see her give credit where credit's due. Kenya's famous for something. You guys always seem to love her. Please let us know what Kenya is famous for besides winning that award that she won. And let us know how more hair Caroline is. Since you guys all love her, we want to like Kenya. So enlighten us. Maybe there's some stuff that you guys just don't know that we need to find out. So this is a PSA announcement.
Definitely. I'm not even trying to be mean to people. I just want to know why do you like Kenya? People really like her, and
they love her.
She's out of her mind.
One thing I can say about that conversation with Phaedra and Kenya is I like the fact that Phaedra reached out to Kenya for this, foundation for this charity event because, we know the water crisis in Flint, Michigan is just extremely horrible and it's been going on for years now. But what I find interesting is the fact that since Kenya was Miss Michigan at a point in time, why didn't she think of this idea early on instead of throwing shade and working on, your house and everything like this and all the negative, parts about it? I feel like you should have been more focused on the issue in Michigan. And I like the fact that Phaedra actually, she was the bigger person. She was like, since you was Miss Michigan, listen, I want to go ahead and reach out to you, see if you'll be, interested in doing this. So I thought that was super dope on her end.
Did you catch Kenya's line as soon as she asked her, we wanted to be hosted at the YMCA? Oh, I first learned to swim at the YMCA. So of course I would love to. It's just always about Kenya and everything, just the world just surrounds around Kenya. But maybe we're just missing out on something. I don't
they
hate
do
Kenya.
love Kenya. It's kind of what we were talking about earlier. She just brings the drama. That's
She's
what
a villain like this.
And some people don't like Kenya.
You go, Beth Jones.
But I agree. I mean, she definitely brings like a lot to the show, and it makes it interesting. But it's just like, girl,
it's just too mean.
Yeah.
Like I understand shade and it's all fun and playful. But her shade just comes from mean. Like it just seems like you're evil.
She's trying too hard.
Yeah, and then it's trying too hard. Like all of these girls have completely transitioned their life. Yeah. They're all divorced now or like just moved on and kind of they're just tired of the BS.
We haven't really seen Kia evolve like over the season she's been on there, right?
No.
She's always been like complacent.
And dating the same person, wearing white and her damn green contacts. So what else is going on? Anyways, so Sureiy meets Bob for dinner, and this is super funny because I mean it's just I don't even know where else to begin with Bob.
I mean, it's exactly like Sureiy started out with. She shows up, she looks so beautiful, and he's wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
Yes.
Right off the bat, I would have like turned around, got in my car, and been like, all right, I need to go change. Like, this is ridiculous.
Or let's go somewhere else right now. But it was kind of nice that she like appeased him and like gave, and she's been, which is really weird to see Sheree. We've said it 1,000 times. She's strong, she's confident, she's like, you know, like a boss chick.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to Bob, she just seems like more like lady or more calmed and lets him take the reins. But his holding on to the reins is too bumpy and sorry, my hands out of control. But I don't know. I just I don't know about Bob.
I don't either because I think, you know, I'm a firm believer if you're trying to impress a woman, like your presentation, the way you present yourself appearance-wise is extremely important. And I feel like no matter how small or how low-key the place is, like at least look presentable. He looked like he just finished cutting grass.
Exactly.
You know, and she came in this beautiful, you know, tight dress. And I'm like, seriously, it's not a match. And I just feel like he's not, you know, he doesn't take this relationship serious as far as like trying to, you know, rebuild it.
Yeah,
so I agree. He goes the same.
Yeah. I agree. She did say, which we've all seemed to find out over all the years, that Bob is a big jokester.
Oh, he totally is.
Maybe the whole vegan cuisine restaurant was a joke. I don't know. He doesn't even he's not even a vegan. He obviously eats chicken. He obviously eats pork. So it was just like another disappointment by Bob.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe Sheree's just past that whole phase of like him being annoying. Some ladies, which is very interesting, like for instance, my brother, like today my nerves are shot because he's super annoying, super jokester, super immature, and I always feel like, oh my gosh, I could never date him. But it's someone for everybody. Some people don't mind that kind of guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think, you know, jokesters are fun and everything, but the way that he's doing it, I mean, even when she's like, you know, we can go to like, let's go to seafood place. He's like, there's a chicken place up the street. Yeah. It's like he's not listening. Yeah. He's like messing with her. He's like, I know she wants me, or like, I know she, you know, wants me back, so I'm just going to play with her. I'm going to make her, like, I'm going to lead her on to believe that this is a thing, and then I'm just going to be he's just like so just everything, the way that he fake apologized to her.
Do you think it was a fake apology?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because she like asked for it, and I don't know, well,
he said, I apologize for extramarital affairs, not a ready father, and he apologized for all of the women he brought into the house, and like, I mean, you guys don't think that was a real apology?
It wasn't sincere. If you can look a person in their eyes and tell if it's, you know, sincere, if it's genuine, if it's from the heart. And he just kept looking off, you know, when he was basically saying that.
But let's not forget, Bob does have rolling eyes.
But listen, if I had a rolling eye, I would have tried my best to make direct eye contact with the person I'm talking to with Sheree.
Exactly.
And just, you know,
try your hardest.
Yeah, like my heart is like, can this eye please? I would have pushed it over just to make sure that she would see. Listen, like, but you know, that's the thing, that's Bob. Like, it was hard for me to like really take him seriously in that moment because he's always joking.
Yeah. I don't know why I took him serious.
Oh no.
And he said like he has something to prove, and I think now that he sees he has Sheree kind of like in an open environment, and he sees that she's more receptive to like just even being in the same room with him and not yelling at him.
Why did he show up in jeans and a t-shirt and take her to this place? It's like not even a nice restaurant.
I honestly think that Bob has like, I don't even think his brain functions 100%.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think he's been hit too many times on that damn field. His eyes definitely are rolling. Like, he sweats a lot.
Or do you
There's
think
a lot of things wrong with Bob.
Do you think it's a situation what was that song that Take Me As I Am or Nothing at All? Was that Mary J or was that Faith Evans? It was somebody.
Mary J.
Do you think it's like one of those moments like, okay, listen, this is me, this is who I am, t-shirt, shorts, you still love me.
That's true.
You think it's that type of thing?
Maybe.
I don't know, but I doubt it.
No, it's not.
But it's true. Like, if you're trying to win me back, you need to bring all the big guns out. Bring out the suit. Bring out the nice restaurant. Like, bring me everywhere. That, especially if you're trying. We've already been down this road before,
Bob
so I know what
money,
you have
though.
to. Does he not have any money?
What is he doing?
I don't know.
He's a retired football player.
I don't know. Do you guys know if Bob has any money? What does Bob?
What is he
do?
doing in Atlanta? My Atlanta friends, where y'all at? Is he on Peach Street?
Right, somewhere. I mean, he seems, maybe he's getting like money from the show. He
That's
took
nothing,
Greg's,
though.
I
Greg's
doubt it.
spot.
I doubt it.
He really
It is
did.
Greg's spot. Yeah, you're right though.
He took Greg's spot.
He really did.
So laser tag, super fun.
Yeah.
It was a great, another great idea by Phaedra. Phaedra wanted to get the girls together to also discuss with them the Flint water crisis, which was super important.
Yeah.
But again, we get to the most shadiest part of it all. Sheree and Kenya go back and forth what seemed like for eons, talking about every bitch and every hoe possible.
Oh my God, I know.
So, like,
It was so funny.
what age are we in? Like, come on
know.
now. Like, this is
No,
2016, almost 2017. Everyone has done something that's been hoish. I agree with Candy.
Yeah.
Everyone has done something that someone could call us out of our names for, of course. But why would you guys waste like an hour going back and forth with each other about it?
I think what really pisses me off is the fact that she brought them together for this charity event to talk about the pop-up shop. And the fact that they just, changed the whole conversation and started talking about their damn houses and, going back and forth saying who was a hoe, who, talking about their past and all of that. I just feel like, guys, they always get off subject when it comes to these type of situations.
Yeah.
And it's irritating.
It started off weird though. So Mallory, which is Cynthia's sister,
That's super random.
is riding in the car to, I don't know, maybe they didn't have enough background people. Riding in the car with Kenya to laser tag.
Right.
When did they become friends? We've never really seen Mal smile, so why would she even like laser tag, damn it? And why? I don't know. Like, where did
that
this...
was super random.
It
Where
was
did
really
this come
random.
from?
And the thing is, it's like then she goes in on Sheree. Kenya goes in on Sheree, and she's like, "Well, Mal told me." And Sheree doesn't say a thing to Mal. I'd be like, "What the hell? Like, how are you gonna go right to her and tell her this?" Which is fine because I guess they needed to get it out anyways. But I don't know what Mal's up to.
Well,
or,
you
like,
go,
why
Benson.
she is.
Benson, Olivia said, I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but they've never done anything whorish.
Good.
You go, Benson.
That's amazing.
Olivia.
How old are you, like 13?
You keep it up. Even if you winked at someone, I mean, that's a little like, I don't know,
That's crazy.
sexual. No,
Well,
I'm just kidding.
the
I
other
feel bad because I'm sitting here thinking about what I did this past week.
Oh, gosh. I'm not on Thanksgiving, Jesus.
Not on Thanksgiving, though.
Okay.
I gave thanks on that day. I think I gave thanks that night. I'm just kidding.
Oh Lord. Well, that's a late night. Okay. Real Housewives
I'll give thanks.
Real AFTERBUZZers of LA. So anyways, that started off super weird. Mal and Kenya arriving together, but Sheree came feisty and ready and fiery to let everything out at Kenya.
Yeah.
But we saw like the laser tag was super playful, all of that. But I don't know, the whole bitches and hoes
Well, and then
situation.
they yell at them for because they were eating. When that happened, I was like, "Are you serious right now? Like they can't eat." And then the other thing that cracked me up was,
When she talked about her wig?
Oh,
Mama Joyce wig.
The Mama Joyce wig.
Oh my god.
That was out of line though, seriously.
Super out of line. But that's Kenya.
Yeah, exactly.
You see Sheree, like, I feel like Sheree's, like, shade sometimes is super playful, but Kenya is, like, that one girl that's like, oh my gosh, I have to, like, one-up it. So it's no longer playful, it's disrespect.
Well, then it's like, so you didn't want Candy to eat, so are you just throwing this in there to get her to come at you now, too? Like, you don't have everybody's attention?
Exactly.
It can't just be you and Sheree going at it. Everybody else has to listen and pay attention. So to what? Like, confirm that you're right? Or what?
That's horrible.
Well, the thing is, Sheree was eating her up. Sheree wasn't going, so therefore she tried to incorporate Candy in it, just for some form of distraction, but whatever.
I'm only joking, Vincent Olivia. It's okay if you winked at somebody. It's not whorish. It was just a joke. Anyways, so like we talked about for a second, Phaedra implemented having a pop-up shop at the Flint Water Crisis organization. What is she? Is it a fair? Or what is she doing? Like
it's a pop-up shop.
Camp.
Oh, the camp, the camp, overnight camp.
So an overnight camp for kids that were affected by the Flint water crisis. Yeah. And she wants all of the ladies, which is a super great idea, to bring all of their lines and incorporate them in this situation. We know Portia has Go Naked Hair. Kenya has More Hair Care. Sheree has Who Gon' Check Me Boo t-shirts. And then did she say paintings? Did she say painting? What is Sheree's job? Was she a painter or did she have I
don't know anything about paintings.
What was
I don't know exactly. Well, no, she had like a clothing line, right?
A gallery?
Well, she by Sheree, but
she by Sheree, and that was the only thing that I heard of. But I don't know if she had a gallery. Guys, what else did the Sheree do?
I thought she said paintings, and I was like, did Sheree own a gallery before? I don't remember. Am I thinking of something else or another Housewives show?
No.
Oh, I don't know. And then Candy has Bedroom Candy, which is hilarious. My favorite line. Portia's like, okay, so we're going to have sex toys around kids. All right, perfect. And then Lena, who I think they're trying to slowly introduce us to, has a clothing store. She's kind of been like the middle person in between friends. We've seen her talk to Candy, and then she's kind of spread a little bit of gossip a little bit, and then we saw her like in the situation with Block as well, right, in the studio last week. So I think Lena has some drama to bring. That's just a prediction. I'm sorry we didn't get into that part yet, but that's just a little prediction. I think she's gonna bring some she's
real, a wife now.
Is she?
She's a wife now. They're married. Like her and Ariel.
Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Do you know any more about Lena that we should know?
I don't know anything because I follow Ariel on social media, so I know they got married. Like I want to say,
who is Ariel? Like who are these people?
From the group. Oh, don't kill me! And I'm like such an R&B fan. From the group.
New with this?
No, cry. Oh, see, this is irritating me. Wait. Hold on.
Wait. What?
They're from. It was three of them in a group.
Was it the guys that sing Peaches and Cream?
What song is it?
That's not. I may be singing the wrong group. Hold on. I got it.
I'm so excited. That song. Ooh, how I like it.
Yeah.
Trying I can find it.
Oh, Next.
Who sings that? Oh,
Next.
Next, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, girl.
Sorry, that's my song right there.
There you go.
I feel bad. I lost my black card.
Right.
So I was like, sing the song.
That's super funny. But okay, so he's a part of Next.
Yeah, he's from the group Next.
And Lena's his girlfriend.
Well, now wife.
Oh, wife. Okay. And then they're friends. I'm just trying to make like a correlation.
And they're friends. Well, she's friends with Candy.
Okay. And then he's friends with Block?
Well, I think because Block is a producer, so Ariel is probably working with Block, which is why they was in the studio that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes more sense. Thank you for breaking it down.
Look, Next.
Next. You guys got it. You guys got it. So the positivity that we got a chance to see. We didn't get a chance to see Cynthia incorporated with all of the girls because she was in LA, like we mentioned, for her cargo bag line launch. And we got a chance to see her doing her thing in her element. It was just another Cynthia Bailey event. It seems like every year we have something that she's either opening up a bar, launching a line, or now launching a bag line, or opening up her modeling agency. It's always something with Cynthia, but it's good to see her on the move. And not letting anything hold her back. I feel like I got a chance to learn a little bit more about Cynthia this episode. I knew she had moved to Atlanta for Peter, but I never really thought about how she didn't really know anyone in Atlanta. Right. Like, she moved from New York with the whole New York mentality to the South, like the complete South, and then had to like slow down, change 100% for a man, bring your child incorporated in this situation. What do you guys think about all that? Like, have you guys ever thought about Cynthia'S transition?
I hadn't thought about it either until she said that. I forgot about all of that, and it really made me think, you know, she is super strong for doing that in the first place, but also getting down there, starting a business, and, you know, building a life down there. So
what do you think?
No,
what do you think about the news or where Cynthia's at in her life right now?
Well, I think she's still transitioning.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a lot to come from, you know, a relationship that you put your all into, you know, as far as like trying to build. It takes a lot to just come out there and, you know, just be on your own, because I think she did lose a sense of self when she moved to Atlanta to, you know, pursue this relationship. And it's, I mean, just another sign, ladies, you can't chase a man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You need to, I wish she would have, like, you know, just kept her business going. I'm pretty sure she kept it going in New York, and, you know, really figured out the grounds of their relationship before she made that transition to Atlanta. Because now I feel like she's regretting it, and I feel bad for her. Honestly.
I do too. It's like when they show us those flashbacks of the wedding, or just like the point of her mom and her sister, and then Cynthia on her wedding day, and then we got a chance to see Nene say, you know, just don't do it. And then she even said on her day, like, I know it's not right, but I just want to do it, basically. And she wanted to prove everybody wrong.
And that's where she messed up right there, because she wanted to prove other people wrong.
When she wasn't even happy.
Right.
Their relationship is between you and Peter. You know, that's what's going to work it out.
Yeah. Well, she had a great, lovely shoulder to cry on. I hate that the way they showed us in the preview, though.
My gosh,
we thought Leon was about to get it on. I
know.
And I kind of felt like bad, like, oh, I don't want that to happen, because I actually like Leon. He's always been super supportive.
Yeah.
He even, you know, mentioned he, you know, had to leave the wedding because he's like, you know, it wasn't a happy moment.
Right.
You weren't happy. And he showed up. He always supports her 100%. And he was, of course, the shoulder to cry on this episode, or hopefully forever.
Yeah, I think it's still something there. I mean, he's in LA, she's moving out here to LA.
Right.
You know, just the way he even said, like, you know, when she was done crying, she took her lashes off. She was like, let's go back to the hotel. He was like, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, he just said it real smooth and sexy. I'm like, yeah, it's something still there.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And he also said, you know, he gave his 2 cents about the situation, but he never really, like, bashed Peter. He just said, I think it was rushed. Like, I just think it was a rush scenario, and it just, hopefully Cynthia can lean on him a little bit more, and maybe they can, like, start leaning on each other under the sheets, or, you know, behind closed doors now, or, you know, I don't know, maybe she likes him. It seems like they have a really good, like, friendship and connection.
Yeah.
But from the blogs I've seen, she's still kind of running around in the streets with Peter, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Come on, Patricia. Knew the only way to get her peach was marrying Cynthia.
Oh yeah, Joseph you're saying exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he wanted to be on the show?
Who,
Oh,
Leon?
no.
Peter.
Oh, Peter? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
You think he wanted a peach?
Oh, yeah, of course.
He definitely wanted one.
What else are they saying? I want to see Love and Hip Hop. No. Cynthia's coming out on top, though. She got this show, her jobs, and now her freedom. That is so right, Benson Olivia. You are just so positive. I like you. So let's get into the drama. Now we went from drama to peace, back to drama. Candy and Block and Mama Joyce.
Wow.
So, oh Lord, Mama Joyce needs a peach as well.
She does.
What are your sentiments on Mama Joyce, Jessie?
I love Mama Joyce.
Do you?
I do. I think she's hilarious. So this, maybe I'm like hypocritical because I don't like Kenya, but I do love Mama Joyce, and she just stirs up drama. But she's so funny. But I agree with what she says sometimes. But here, with the money thing, it's like she only cares about money.
That's
like,
exactly what I wrote down.
Candy could care less about that. She just wants a relationship. And I mean, I don't know what you guys thought, but when Block called, I felt like Candy like didn't even give him a chance. And he kept saying, you know, how do we start this over? And I'm not saying that I would do this either because I haven't been through this, but you know, she was just so ready to just be like, no, you know, I don't want to do this. Call Riley. I don't want to co-parent with you. She's 14 years old. You can call her. So I don't know how you guys felt, if you thought that was right, but right off the bat, like as soon as he was like, how do we start over? She was just not having it at all.
Yeah.
I just thought that was unlike her, not to just like give him a chance and be like, okay, let's talk.
I mean, as a mother, when it comes to your child, you get super emotional, you know, over their child. And I think in this situation, like, you know, he had the opportunity to step up and be a father. And the fact that she said once she got pregnant, the first thing he said was, I don't want to have anything to do with that child. And that's exactly what he proved, you know, for 13 years.
Right.
And the fact that she said I guess basically what he does is like he pops up like, you know, here and there and try to enter, you know, Riley's life. But the thing is, Candy, she made a good point. She said, I'm not going to stop him from building a relationship with his daughter, but they got to be it's solely up to Riley to, you know, allow that to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And the fact is, you need to be hitting her up. Don't have your girlfriend coming to me saying like, oh, I think you guys should come together for Riley. Like, no, that's solely up to you. So it is extremely frustrating and very emotional for a mom to have to like keep, you know, telling a father who sole responsibility is to take care of this child.
Right.
So it is irritating. I understand why she came off like super defensive and like why she went in the way she did.
Right.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I mean, it's not about the $50,000. It's the principle, like you guys both just said. But what I don't agree with, if he's going to call 100% correct.
Yeah.
Like, don't call and lie and say you've been calling when you haven't been calling. And I don't know if that's like a defense mechanism. First of all, I think it's completely crazy that, ironically, he calls when she's in the car on the way to the nail shop with Mama Joyce.
Right.
And he's calling. So I don't know if he was nervous because it was going to be on camera or whatever it was, but him lying when you know you're not calling and then saying, okay, fine, then how do we like start all over?
Right.
Like, don't throw things out there and just see if I'm going to catch on to it. And then if I don't catch on to that, then you just want to say, well, how can we start all over? It's not starting over. It's start now. Ask yourself those questions. What can I do? Because obviously Riley's being taken care of by Candy. Riley doesn't need anything. She's fine. It's whatever you're bringing to the table. I'm doing okay as her mom. What is her dad going to do? So don't ask me what I'm going to do. And I mean, Riley's still young. She's 14 years old. So there has to be some kind of co-parenting as far as like, I don't know if it's like appropriate for him to have like conversation as far as like boys and stuff because he hasn't been around. Like, so it's like, how is she going to take that advice? But
I mean,
maybe just to be a dad and just say, hey, if you ever need anyone to talk to, I'm here. Making yourself present, available, even if your child doesn't really know who you are or doesn't even really want to talk to you, as long as you've done your part. And don't say you've been calling because you're lying. I'm like starting to get mad at him now. I'm like,
I mean, I think that's definitely bullshit, but I'm like, you know, he has this girlfriend now in his life who wants this to be a thing, and maybe she just wants to get on TV. I mean, really, but
I think that's what it is.
Because she gave her name how many times?
Oh, I know.
And I'm from Jamaica and I'm a rapper.
Right, exactly. So it could have been just that. But like, if you know, I don't know. I was surprised Candy got so emotional because she usually doesn't get like that. And I was just like, right off the bat, for her to be like, no, you know, I don't want to do this. Like, you talk to Riley.
But honestly, I think it had to do with the energy. Like, her mom is over there basically like...
Or her mom was like, how can we start over? Like, give me the money. It's
and
like,
only talking about like, oh, hi, this is Mama Joyce. What are you talking about? The money? The money.
Yeah.
She even mentioned
so
earlier... that he owes $50,000 and she needs to get an LLC on him, a lien, license, and cash. So I guess she knows a lot of rules in Atlanta. She knows a lot of these Atlanta
She's a good business
divorce rules. Like was it last week when she was talking about how
Phaedra should have already had a divorce? Did you hear about this?
Which is crazy. We didn't even talk about that last week. What do you guys think about that? Like why didn't Phaedra? She's a lawyer. Mm-hmm. She knows all about the law. How does Mama Joyce know all of these laws about Georgia? And Phaedra didn't get a divorce.
Yeah. That's my thing. I don't understand that.
Well, maybe she's still trying to hold on to something. You never know. Like I guess when you're trying to get a divorce from someone, I mean, that's like time consuming. It's a lot that goes into that. You have to think about the kids. You have to think about, the money. I don't know if, he signed a prenup or if she signed a prenup, if there was any prenups involved, but it's not, it's not that easy to just.
But he got convicted for over 10 years. So the state of Georgia will grant you a divorce immediately. That's such a weird law. I guess they feel like, who waits 10 years or who waits over 10 years? Like, you can get a divorce. I don't know, but Mama Joyce knows a lot. So lien, license, and cash.
And now she's drinking wine, so watch out, people.
And now she's drinking wine. I would never want to come for Mama Joyce. I bet Mama Joyce is tweeting tonight, and I hope she is about what Kenya said in the wig. Oh my God. That was very rude.
Somebody said Mama Joyce is the best thing on the show right now.
She is. I love Mama Joyce.
She is a wild one. Thank God she has Candy as her daughter because she's so calm.
Yeah.
I know.
She doesn't ever yell at her. She doesn't, she's just super like, whatever, mom, whatever, mom. But yeah, I think that what set Candy over the edge was that he said, I'm not chasing anybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not more so her, but her child.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's hard to hear.
Right. Well, that's your kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you're not going to chase exactly what she said. Like you're not going to chase my child, which is basically our child.
Yeah. You're not going to chase your own child.
Yeah. Just why? Like why? Why?
Just like he said in the beginning, he didn't want anything to do, with Candy and the baby and Riley. And I think like I'm not making an excuse for him because I feel like as a man, you both, created this child. So therefore you need to take the responsibility in taking care of this child. And I think what irritates Candy is the fact that he makes money. He's not broke.
Right.
Although she said he went to the courtroom and lied about, not having a certain amount of money. But the thing is like, at least provide for the child financially if you can't be there for them emotionally. Mm-hmm. At least help her, even though Candy is perfectly fine with him and she's making money. But I think that would show at least some type of I guess some type of care in the situation. Show that you are trying to build something, or that you're at least present financially,
right?
And the fact that he's not even doing that, I think that's what's frustrating.
And if you can't bring $1 to the table, and Candy made it very aware. Like I was thinking, well, maybe he's washed up, maybe he doesn't have any money, whatever. But she's saying he has money, and Candy's in that industry, so I'm sure she knows who he's working with, how much he's making, what the going rate, what deals are going around town. And so I just feel like, I don't know, like why? There has to be like a reason as to why. Like if you don't even want to give the money, then why don't you even just say, hey, how are you?
Right.
Hi. Like it's a simple hello. But I don't know.
Well, she claims that he sends Riley text messages like, every now and then, but it still doesn't matter. Like, Riley, he really needs to have a one-on-one with her.
Yeah.
Like, leave Candy out of the picture. Like, this is, your mistake. You need to pick this up and try to build this relationship with her because, at the end of the day, every girl needs a father. Every child needs a father. Just like Todd said in last week's episode, it's never too late for a father to enter the child's life.
Right. You go, Todd.
Seriously.
That's the only time he likes Todd. And it's good. He's handling it. Yeah. We have Mama Joyce, like the bad angel on Candy's shoulder, and then we have Todd, who's being the good angel on Candy's shoulder. So hopefully after that conversation, she went home and talked to Todd, and not Mama Joyce about the situation, because it's more than the $50,000. It seems like Mama Joyce always wants money. She wants money to babysit her own grandchild.
Oh my gosh, I know.
That's crazy.
She gotta get some more Louis bags.
Right. Oh, golly, Mama Joyce. Okay, so next week we get a chance to see Phaedra goes to visit Apollo. There's a bomb threat happening.
Somebody brought a grenade to her office.
A grenade to her office. What else happened? What else happened?
Oh my God.
The grenade thing.
I think
me,
me too. I was like,
definitely...
what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I think we're good for this episode, right,
I
guys?
think so, too.
Do we have anything else to throw in there?
I'm just ready for next week's episode.
I know.
So I can see who's this
I'm dying
mysterious
to find out
person with this grenade. Maybe it's Apollo. I'm just kidding.
Or he sent someone. Where's his friend? The one that has the motorcycle, Bun, or whatever his friend is. Do you remember?
I
do you guys
remember
him?
Yeah.
Where is he? Hey, shout out to you, Bun. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Atlanta Housewives. It has been such a pleasure. I hope you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I am your host, English Cleveland. I can't wait to see you guys next week.
And comment on our YouTube video, guys. I'll definitely write back to you. So you can find me, Jessie Zahner, on all social media at Athletic.
English, where they can find you.
You guys can always find me on Instagram at Pink English, as well as on Twitter, English Speaks.
You guys can also find me on social media at It's Me, J Hart.
All right, lovers. See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.